Alex walked through the quiet halls of the Interstellar University, his backpack slung over one shoulder and his tablet in hand. The building was enormous, with floors stretching higher than any Earth skyscraper and glass walls that showed the stars far beyond the campus. Most students had left hours ago, but Alex had stayed late. The assignment due tomorrow morning was not something he could rush. It was a project on multi-species communication, and he wanted it to be perfect. He pushed open the classroom door and entered, letting the soft hum of the lights and the occasional creak of the building settle him into focus. The classroom was unlike anything on Earth. Holographic desks floated above the floor, changing size and shape according to the student who used them. Screens hovered in mid-air, displaying information from dozens of planets at once. Alex took a deep breath, feeling a little out of place, but also excited. He set his tablet on the main desk and started reviewing his notes. The problem was that he needed more data on alien communication styles, something only real interaction could provide. Alex frowned. Most of the alien students were gone for the night, leaving the campus nearly empty. He sighed and decided to continue with simulations, hoping it would be enough. Minutes passed. The lights above flickered slightly, and then there was a loud click. Alex froze. The door had closed behind him. He pushed it open, but it wouldn't budge. Strange, he muttered. He tried the panel beside the door, tapping the screen to unlock it. Nothing happened. The door stayed firmly shut. Alex frowned again. More serious now. He tapped the emergency override. A voice answered, calm and robotic. Access denied. Security lockdown in progress. All exits sealed. Alex's stomach sank. Midnight lockdowns were extremely rare. Only in emergencies were they triggered, and he had no idea why the system would choose tonight. He moved toward the nearest window, pressing his hand against the cold glass. Outside, the campus was empty. Not a single shuttle moved in the landing bays. He sighed again. It looked like he was stuck here until morning, or until the security team noticed. That was when he heard movement behind him. Turning quickly, Alex saw 3 figures stepping from the shadows of the room. They were not human. Their skin shimmered slightly under the fluorescent lights. One had green scales along her arms. Another had glowing blue eyes and tiny markings that seemed to float above her skin. And the third had long hair that looked almost liquid, shifting color with every movement. Alex blinked. Hi?" The aliens looked equally surprised to see him. They were also students who had been working late. Apparently, the lockdown had trapped all 4 of them inside. The green-scaled student raised her hand. "You are human?" Her voice was soft, melodic, but carried an accent Alex couldn't place. "I am," Alex replied, still cautious. "I am Sira. From Valter Prime," said the blue-eyed one. "This is Nyla from Thresha, and Kira from Lumina. It seems the system has trapped us." Alex nodded slowly. "Yeah, I think we're all locked in." He looked at the panels, then at the holographic desks. "Well, looks like we're going to have to wait it out together." The aliens exchanged glances, clearly unsure if they could trust a human. Alex smiled awkwardly. "I'm not dangerous. I promise." Nyla, the one with liquid hair, tilted her head, studying him. "Your species uses problem-solving differently." "Interesting." Alex raised an eyebrow. "I guess I'll take that as a compliment." The room fell into an uneasy silence for a few moments. Then, Sira walked over to one of the desks and tapped a sequence on its holographic interface. The desk rose slightly, shifting to her size. "I am attempting to communicate with the system. It is not responding. Perhaps your species can assist?" Alex walked over. "I can try. Humans are stubborn when it comes to technology." He smirked. trying to lighten the mood. We find a problem, and we don't stop until it's solved. Even if it's midnight and everyone else is asleep. The aliens watched as Alex began examining the panels, tapping and swiping through layers of security protocols. Within minutes, he had discovered something the aliens hadn't noticed. A pattern in the lockdown sequence. It wasn't random. Someone, or something, had triggered a timer. It's not permanent, Alex explained. It looks like the system will open in a few hours, but I don't like waiting around. Let's see if we can speed it up. Kira floated closer. Her liquid hair shimmered over her shoulders. You believe your species' intellect is sufficient? Alex chuckled. You might be surprised. Humans have a way of figuring things out that even advanced tech sometimes can't predict. The aliens exchanged glances. This human was confident, almost annoyingly so. But there was something in his eyes, a determination that told them he was serious. Suddenly, the lights flickered again. A loud hum filled the room, and a hidden panel opened in the wall, revealing wires and glowing circuits. Alex stepped closer, fascinated. He could feel the familiar thrill of a puzzle rising in his chest. This is exactly what I needed, he muttered. A problem to solve. And I think, together, we might actually get out of here. The aliens looked skeptical, but Sira nodded slowly. Perhaps your species' methods are worth exploring. Alex smiled. Good. Then let's start. He reached for the wires, carefully examining their flow. Watch this. He tapped sequences on the nearby panel, testing reactions. The circuits blinked, and a low hum responded. Nyla stepped closer, her glowing eyes narrowing. Impressive. Your species adapts quickly. Alex shrugged modestly. We have to, otherwise we wouldn't survive. The aliens moved closer, intrigued by the humans' approach. Each of them had special abilities. Sira could manipulate small energy fields. Nyla could sense electronic currents, and Kira could shift her form slightly to fit through tight spaces. But Alex had something unique: creativity. He began combining their talents with his strategies, and slowly, the lockdown system started to respond. Hours passed, or at least it felt like hours. The four of them worked together, sharing ideas, testing theories, and occasionally laughing at mistakes. Alex realized that humans might not be physically the strongest in the galaxy, but they had an edge. They never gave up. They kept trying, thinking, and adapting, no matter the situation. At one point, a small surge of sparks flew from a panel. Kira shifted her hair into a protective shield. Nyla grounded the current with her energy senses, and Sira recalibrated her manipulations. Alex laughed, adrenaline pumping. See? That's what I mean. We can handle anything together. By the time the first light of dawn touched the edges of the classroom windows, Alex leaned back, exhausted, but exhilarated. The aliens were smiling too. A rare sight for beings who were usually very serious. You humans, Sira said, shaking her head slightly. You are persistent. Alex grinned. And that's why we survive. You'll see. Humans have a way of turning impossible situations into, well, slightly less impossible. For the first time that night, the room felt calm. They were still trapped, but the fear had passed. Alex knew that together, they had a chance. A human and 3 aliens, stuck in a classroom at midnight. But already, they were learning from each other. And the night had only just begun. And somewhere deep inside, Alex smiled. Humans might be small in the galaxy, but they had something that made them dangerous. Their minds, their courage, and their refusal to give up. The classroom, once a prison, had become a place of unexpected teamwork and budding trust. The aliens had underestimated humans, but not for long. The classroom hummed softly as the first rays of sunlight began creeping through the massive glass walls. Alex stretched, rubbing his tired eyes, but he refused to stop now. The lockdown had been partially bypassed overnight, thanks to his and the aliens' combined effort. But the main exit still refused to open. He had learned quickly that escaping this interstellar building would not be simple, and that thinking like a human could be the key. "Are you awake, human?" Sierra's melodic voice cut through the quiet. She hovered near a floating desk, her energy field flickering slightly as she studied the panels Alex had worked on. "Yeah, just catching my second wind," Alex replied. "You?" "I am observing," Sierra said, tilting her head. "Your species' persistence. It is unusual." "Interesting." Alex smiled. "Persistence is our specialty. It's how humans survive. And honestly, right now, we need it more than ever." Nyla floated past, her glowing blue eyes flicking across a series of holographic panels. "The system, it responds differently to our attempts versus your attempts. We have been using force and calculation. You use intuition. The combination seems effective. That's called human creativity," Alex said proudly. "We're good at noticing patterns and trying things others don't consider." Kira, with her liquid-like hair shifting colors as she moved, nodded slowly. "Your species? Adaptable. Perhaps worthy of trust." Alex felt a small thrill of satisfaction. Building trust with aliens could be tricky, but tonight, it was essential. "All right," he said, clapping his hands together. "We need a plan. This room has hidden doors, panels, and locks everywhere. We can't just wait for the system to decide to let us out. So, we'll split tasks. I'll focus on the control systems. Sierra, can you handle energy fields? Nyla, the sensors. Kira, the physical access points." The aliens exchanged glances, then nodded in agreement. Alex could feel their respect growing. Humans might be physically weaker, but when it came to thinking fast under pressure, they were impressive. The first challenge came quickly. A large holographic door in the middle of the room shimmered and then collapsed into a complex puzzle grid, floating in midair. The grid had shapes and symbols that no single species had solved before. "Impossible," Nyla muttered, her fingers glowing as she reached toward it. "We have never seen this design. It does not follow conventional logic." Alex examined it closely. "Looks weird, but it's a pattern problem. Humans love pattern problems. Let me try something." He reached out, tracing his finger across several symbols in a sequence that made no sense to the aliens. Suddenly, the grid shimmered and shifted, revealing a smaller panel behind it. The aliens blinked. "How did you know?" Sierra asked. Alex shrugged. "Humans notice small details others miss. Sometimes, it works." Encouraged, the group moved on to the smaller panel. It contained dozens of interconnected circuits, all glowing faintly. Nyla tried to manipulate them with her energy sensing, but nothing changed. Alex stepped forward, analyzing the flow. "It's about timing," he said. "The energy pulses in a rhythm. Hit it at the right moments, and it opens." He demonstrated, tapping the sequences with careful precision. Slowly, the circuits aligned, and the panel slid open. The aliens exchanged impressed glances. "Your methods? Strange, but effective," Kira said. "We may need to learn this technique." Alex grinned. "You're welcome. Learning human problem solving is step one." But the classroom had more surprises waiting. A low hum began, louder than before. Panels started floating, rearranging themselves into walls and barriers. A holographic AI assistant, which had been inactive all night, suddenly activated. Its voice was calm, but commanding. Unauthorized presence detected. Security protocols active. All trapped entities must remain contained. Alex froze for a moment. Looks like the AI doesn't know we're, well, working together. Sira's hands glowed with small energy shields. It is defensive. It perceives us as a threat. Nyla's eyes glimmered. It reacts faster than our species' systems. Perhaps your species' ingenuity can bypass it. Alex nodded. That's the plan. Humans improvise when technology fights back. The AI projected a series of holographic obstacles, moving walls, electrified grids, and floating barriers designed to trap anyone inside. The aliens were skilled, but the combination of barriers confused them. Alex noticed something the AI didn't. Small inconsistencies in the way the obstacles moved. He studied the rhythm and began directing the aliens. All right, Nyla, focus on sensing the patterns. Sira, prepare energy shields for us when the grids activate. Kira, you're ready to shift through tight spaces if I find openings. Step by step, they moved, avoiding electrified floors, timing their movements with Alex's guidance. At one point, a sudden wall of energy shot up. Kira transformed her form, stretching into a thin, almost invisible shape to slip through. Sira protected Alex and Nyla with her field, absorbing some of the impact. Alex himself ducked and rolled, narrowly avoiding sparks that could have burned through his jacket. Once they cleared the first obstacle, they found a small control console partially hidden behind a desk. Alex grinned. Jackpot. Let's see if we can talk to this AI directly. He approached the console, typing sequences with a mixture of intuition and logic. The AI tried to resist, projecting defensive holograms, but Alex noticed a pattern in its responses. It's learning from us, he said. It thinks it can predict our next move. But humans are unpredictable. The aliens watched in amazement as Alex guided them through one risky move after another. Finally, after a tense sequence of trials, the AI paused. Its voice became neutral. Human strategy, acknowledged. Non-hostile intent detected. Alex exhaled. That's better. Teamwork pays off. Sira looked at him with a new respect. Your species' cleverness is unmatched. It is not brute strength, but strategy. Humans have a unique advantage. Alex smiled, feeling proud. Thanks. But we didn't do it alone. You guys have been amazing too. Combining our strengths, that's what made it possible. Despite their success, the night was far from over. The classroom still had multiple locked doors, hidden panels, and mysterious circuits. Alex realized that this was only the first real test. Humans could adapt. Aliens could use abilities he could never match. But together, they were unstoppable. They paused to rest for a moment, sitting on floating desks. Nyla floated near Alex, her blue glow softening. You persist, even when the odds are against you. It is remarkable. Alex shrugged modestly. That's what humans do. We survive. We solve problems. And sometimes, we make friends while doing it. Kira laughed softly, her hair shimmering like liquid sunlight. Your species. You are amusing, but effective. I will remember this. Sira stood, adjusting her energy field. Then we continue. We are stronger together than apart. Perhaps your species has more to teach than we thought. Alex nodded. Agreed. Now, let's figure out the next lock. Humans never quit. And we're not quitting tonight. The four of them moved deeper into the classroom, their confidence growing with each challenge. Alex noticed something important. Humans might not be the fastest, the strongest, or the most physically capable, but they had persistence, creativity, and courage. Even advanced aliens underestimated these qualities, and that would always give humans an edge. Hours passed as they solved one obstacle after another. They laughed at mistakes, cheered at small victories, and slowly formed a rhythm. Alex realized that the aliens were not just learning from him, they were also learning to trust a human. And for the first time, he felt that humans were not just surviving in the galaxy, they could thrive. Finally, after passing a particularly tricky series of energy grids and holographic puzzles, Alex paused. "We're getting closer," he said, his voice tired but determined. "I can feel it. One more major lock, and we might actually make it out." Sierra's field shimmered in agreement. "Yes, and we will follow your guidance. Your species, you are remarkable." Alex smiled. "And you guys are incredible too. Together, nothing can stop us." As they moved toward the next challenge, Alex felt a surge of excitement. The night had started as a simple lock-in, a small problem for a human student. But now, it had become a real test of skill, courage, and teamwork. And Alex knew one thing for certain. Humans might be the youngest species in the galaxy, but they had something every alien underestimated. By the time the sun had fully risen over the horizon, the classroom was no longer quiet. The room seemed alive, almost aware of the four beings trying to escape its hidden traps. Holographic walls shimmered, desks floated in odd patterns, and panels rotated constantly, creating a labyrinth of shifting obstacles. Alex wiped sweat from his forehead. The human instinct to never give up had kept him going, but he could feel the strain. Yet, he refused to stop. Around him, the aliens had adapted to his style of thinking. They no longer hesitated at the unpredictable, the strange, or the impossible. They moved with confidence, trusting his judgment. "This next one looks tricky," Alex said, pointing to a large, floating barrier that blocked the way to the main exit. "It's not just a puzzle. It's a test of timing, speed, and coordination." Sierra's eyes glimmered as she examined it. "It is designed for multiple species. A single approach will fail. Coordination is essential." Nyla's blue glow pulsed. "We can sense the energy flows, but your intuition humans may guide us through." Kira, stretching her liquid hair into a narrow form to slip through small openings, nodded. "Then, we follow your lead." Alex smiled. "Good. Let's do it step by step." The barrier began shifting. A series of energy walls moving in unpredictable rhythms. One wrong move, and they would be trapped, or worse, stunned by the pulses. Alex studied the pattern carefully, noticing small inconsistencies the AI had left behind. Humans were good at noticing patterns others might miss. "Okay," he said. "Watch me. I'll move first, and I'll tell you when it's safe." He ducked under the first energy wall, moving with careful precision. Sparks hissed nearby as he timed his steps perfectly. Behind him, Sierra projected an energy shield to protect Nyla and Kira as they followed. Nyla's energy sense guided her movements, while Kira shifted her shape to slip through narrow openings. They moved as a single unit, each step requiring trust and coordination. At one point, an energy wall moved faster than expected, slamming down where Alex had been seconds before. He grinned. "That was close. Humans survive because we keep our heads cool under pressure." The aliens laughed, a sound Alex had come to enjoy. They had started the night with caution, suspicion, and doubt. But now, they trusted him. They moved with him, thinking as a team. Suddenly, a loud clang echoed through the room. One of the floating panels had flipped over, blocking their path. Sparks flew as it scraped along the floor. The AI's voice returned, calm but firm. "Security breach detected. Unauthorized actions will be neutralized." Alex froze for just a moment. The AI had learned their moves. It had been observing, adapting, and now it was actively trying to stop them. "Looks like it doesn't like us moving too fast," Alex muttered. "But humans don't panic. We adapt." He turned to the aliens. "Sira, Nyla, Kira, we need a distraction. Something to confuse the AI while we get past this panel." Sira nodded immediately, raising her hands. Her energy field expanded and pulsed, creating a shimmering light that distorted the AI's sensors. Nyla amplified the pulse, using her energy sense, sending small feedback loops into the panel circuits. Kira, meanwhile, moved through a narrow gap behind the panel, ready to unlock a hidden control mechanism. Alex ducked low and slid past the panel as the AI struggled to adjust. Sparks flew, panels whirled, and the AI's holographic projections flickered. By the time the AI recalibrated, the group had moved several meters forward, closer to the exit. Alex grinned. "See? Humans lead, aliens amplify, and together, we're unstoppable." The aliens looked at him with admiration. "Your species uses leadership in unusual ways," Sira said. "Not through force, but through courage and planning. It is remarkable." Alex shrugged modestly. "It's just what we do. Survival depends on it." The next challenge appeared almost immediately. The room shifted again, creating a rotating floor with several moving platforms. Between each platform was a glowing energy gap that could knock a human or alien off balance. Alex studied it. "All right," he said. "This is all about timing. Follow my lead exactly." He jumped onto the first platform, feeling it tilt under his weight. The second platform moved faster than expected, but he calculated the angle perfectly, landing safely. Behind him, the aliens followed. Sira stabilized herself with her energy field. Nyla adjusted the currents around her to balance, and Kira flowed like liquid, stretching to make each jump. Halfway across, the floor rotated more violently. A sudden energy pulse shot up from below, and Alex barely rolled to avoid it. He shouted, "Quick! Everyone, coordinate 3 steps to the right." The aliens obeyed instantly, moving as one unit. Alex marveled at how quickly they had learned to trust him. Humans survived by learning from others. But tonight, they were also teaching. Once they reached the far side of the rotating floor, they found a small chamber with a glowing console. Alex approached it, examining the strange alien symbols. The AI tried to interfere, projecting holographic barriers and false pathways, but Alex noticed the weak points in the programming. "This is human advantage," he said. "We notice flaws where others see perfection." He began inputting sequences based on intuition, pattern recognition, and small logical steps. The AI protested with flickering projections. But slowly, the console began to respond. A soft click echoed as the final barrier in the room disengaged. The aliens looked amazed. "You have turned the impossible into possible," Nyla said. Alex smiled. "That's what humans do best." However, the night was far from over. The AI began adapting faster, projecting multiple holographic obstacles simultaneously. Walls moved unpredictably, energy pulses surged at irregular intervals, and small, drone-like mechanisms hovered, ready to block their path. Alex looked at the aliens. "Okay, this is the real test. Humans have something the AI can't predict: creativity and courage. We combine your abilities and my plans, and we move fast. Ready?" They nodded. Sira's energy shields pulsed, Nyla's senses sharpened, and Kira prepared to shift her form through any gaps. The AI fired its first attack. A wall of energy moved diagonally, seemingly closing all paths. Alex calculated the trajectory in his mind and shouted, "Left. 2 steps. Jump." They moved in perfect synchronization, avoiding the energy. Sparks flew around them, but no one was harmed. Next, the AI sent floating panels, spinning like blades. Alex guided the aliens through gaps, ducking, jumping, and rolling. Kira shifted through spaces too small for any other being. Nyla manipulated energy flows to slow down moving panels. Sira's shields protected them from stray pulses. Step by step, they made it across the room. Alex could feel adrenaline pumping through his veins. This was not just survival, it was proof of human ingenuity and courage. The aliens had abilities far beyond his, yet they relied on him to lead. Humans were small in the galaxy, but they had something stronger than physical power. Finally, they reached the central control area. Alex approached the main console. The AI's holographic avatar appeared, calm and observing. "Human, you persist," it said. "This combination of species, effective, attempting to override security, is authorized." Alex laughed, a mix of relief and triumph. "That's right. Humans never quit. And teamwork makes us stronger." The aliens looked at him with newfound respect. "You have led us, not through strength, but through cleverness, courage, and persistence," Sira said. Alex nodded. "Exactly. And if the galaxy underestimates humans, they'll learn the hard way. Persistence and brains can get you through anything." The AI disengaged fully, opening the path to the next section. Alex took a deep breath. They were still inside the classroom, still facing unknown obstacles, but he knew they could handle it. Humans had survived worse. The aliens, once wary of humans, now looked at Alex not just as a companion, but as a leader. And Alex realized that the night had taught him something too. Even in a world filled with advanced beings, humans had a way of standing out. They weren't just survivors, they were innovators, problem solvers, and unstoppable when they refused to give up. Alex smiled at the team. "All right. Next challenge, team? Humans never quit. And neither do we." Sira, Nyla, and Kira nodded, their expressions determined. Together, they moved deeper into the shifting, dangerous classroom. And for the first time, Alex felt certain. No matter what the AI or the building threw at them next, they could face it. Because humans never gave up. And tonight, the aliens were learning exactly why. The classroom was no longer just a room. It had become a labyrinth of moving walls, glowing circuits, and shifting platforms. The morning light outside only highlighted how complex the place had become. Every corner seemed to hide another obstacle. And the AI's voice, calm but relentless, echoed through the space. Unauthorized actions detected. Security protocols increased. All trapped entities must comply. Alex's jaw tightened. Looks like the AI isn't going to make this easy. But humans don't back down. Sira's green-tinted scales shimmered as she examined the nearest energy barrier. The system is escalating defenses. It is testing our coordination. We must anticipate the next move. Nyla's blue eyes glowed, and it adapts quickly. The AI is learning from our attempts. If we move predictably, it will trap us. Alex nodded. Exactly. That's why humans rely on creativity. Let's be unpredictable, combine our skills, and keep moving. Kira floated past, her liquid hair stretching to examine a tight gap in the floor. I can slip through, but it will take timing. One wrong step could trigger another defense system. Alex studied the room. Panels floated like blades, energy fields pulsed in rhythm, and a faint humming indicated hidden drones ready to block their path. All right, team. Split into 2 groups. I'll coordinate from here with Sira. Nyla and Kira, you move ahead to disable the smaller locks and triggers. Communication is key. Keep your sensors and energy senses active. The group nodded. Alex knew that even with aliens' abilities, the human mind had an edge in planning and improvisation. And right now, improvisation would be their saving grace. The first obstacle they reached was a corridor of shifting energy walls. The walls moved in irregular patterns, and the AI was clearly observing. Alex studied it carefully. "See the pattern?" he asked Sira. "Notice the slight delay between each pulse? That's our window." Sira tilted her head. "Your observation is precise. Let us proceed with caution." Alex led the way, ducking and sliding between the walls. Sparks danced dangerously close, but he timed every step. Sira followed, her shields glowing and protecting them both. Nyla and Kira moved faster, using their energy manipulation and shifting abilities to slip through smaller openings. Suddenly, a loud clang echoed. A previously hidden floor panel dropped down, creating a new barrier behind them. Sparks erupted, forcing the team to jump back onto a floating desk. Alex's mind raced. The AI wasn't just testing them, it was trying to trap them permanently. "Okay, this is new," Alex muttered. "Humans adapt. Watch me. Follow my cues exactly." He tapped a nearby console, sending a series of feedback pulses into the system. The AI attempted to block him with floating energy grids, but Alex had noticed a flaw. A small delay between the grid's movement. Timing it perfectly, he directed the aliens, shouting, "Now! Jump left. 2 steps. Shield up." The team moved as one. Sparks flew, energy walls shifted, and a small drone tried to intercept them. But Nyla's energy sense detected its trajectory, allowing Kira to slip behind and disable it. Alex leapt over the last moving grid, landing safely. "That's it," he said. "Humans survive by noticing what others miss. Never underestimate observation." Numb. Sira's eyes glimmered. "You are remarkable. Your species uses intellect and courage as weapons. We are impressed." "Are?" Alex smiled, though he didn't have time to bask in praise. Ahead, the AI had created a new challenge. A corridor filled with rotating platforms, each emitting a pulsing energy field. It was a test of speed, balance, and coordination. One wrong step could send someone tumbling into a trap. "All right," Alex said. "This is about rhythm and trust. Follow me and the signals I give. Don't rush, but stay alert." He moved onto the first platform, carefully timing his jumps as it rotated. Sira followed, her shield pulsing to absorb stray sparks. Nyla hovered slightly, using her energy sense to stabilize each movement, and Kira stretched her form to bridge gaps when necessary. Halfway through, a sudden surge of energy shot from the floor, catching Alex off guard. He rolled forward, narrowly avoiding the pulse. "That was close," he shouted. "Humans survive because we stay calm and keep trying." The aliens laughed, their nervousness replaced by trust and confidence in Alex's leadership. As they reached the end of the corridor, a new threat appeared. The AI had activated floating barriers designed to form a maze. Each wall could shift in milliseconds, creating a moving labyrinth. Alex studied it carefully. "Humans are good at mapping unknown spaces," he said. "I'll lead, you follow, and we communicate constantly." Sira, Nyla, and Kira nodded. Together, they moved through the maze, Alex noticing subtle delays in the wall shifts. He guided the group with precision, calling out safe paths, while the aliens used their abilities to block hazards and stabilize platforms. Suddenly, Kira froze mid-step. "There is a trap ahead," she said, her hair coiling defensively. "It reacts to mass and movement." Alex looked. A small energy field was hidden on the floor, set to detect pressure. "We need to move lightly. Humans are good at improvising. Follow my lead." Step by step, Alex guided the group across the trap. Sira expanded her shields, to protect anyone who slipped slightly. Nyla created energy currents to dampen pressure points. Kira shifted her form to avoid triggering the field. Finally, they reached the end. All four, breathing heavily, but safe. Humans, Sira said softly. Your species. You adapt, improvise, survive. It is inspiring. Alex grinned. Thanks. But we didn't do it alone. You guys were amazing too. That's the key: teamwork. Humans survive, but together, we thrive. The AI, sensing its defenses breached, activated one final challenge. A large holographic grid filled the room. Platforms, energy walls, and floating barriers moved in rapid, unpredictable patterns. The team looked at it in disbelief. Alex's eyes narrowed. This is it. The ultimate test. Humans don't quit. And tonight, we prove it. He analyzed the grid quickly. We can't go in randomly. We need to split, confuse the AI, and coordinate perfectly. Sira, you take the left flank. Nyla, the center. Kira, right. I'll guide from above with timing cues. Ready? They nodded. Alex counted down. 3, 2, 1. Move. The team darted forward, each member moving in perfect synchronization with Alex's calls. Energy walls shifted violently, platforms tilted unpredictably, and sparks flew dangerously close. The aliens relied on Alex's strategy, and he relied on their unique abilities. At one point, an energy pulse threatened to trap Nyla. Alex shouted instructions, and Sira's shield diverted the energy just in time. Kira stretched across a gap, creating a safe bridge, while Alex ducked under a moving panel to disable a hidden control node. Step by step, they advanced, the AI adapting faster than before. But Alex's unpredictable strategy, combined with the aliens' abilities, kept them one step ahead. The tension was intense. Any mistake could have meant being trapped indefinitely. Finally, they reached the last platform, a glowing pedestal controlling the exit. Alex tapped the console with precision, inputting a combination of human logic and intuitive guesses. The AI attempted to block him, projecting walls and energy pulses, but Alex noticed the smallest delay and exploited it. With a final click, the main door shimmered and unlocked. A soft chime indicated success. We did it, Alex exclaimed, pumping his fist. Humans never quit, and teamwork wins every time. The aliens gathered around him, smiling. Your species. Remarkable, Sira said. We underestimated humans. You have intellect, courage, and adaptability. Traits worthy of respect. Nyla's eyes glowed warmly. We have learned much from you. Humans survive because of determination, strategy, and creativity. Kira shifted into her normal form, her hair shimmering. And humans lead not through force, but through guidance and persistence. I will remember this lesson. After the 24, I will remember this lesson. After this hair shimmering. After the 24. After the 24. After the 24. After the 24. Alex smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. The night had started as a simple lock-in, but it had become a proving ground. Humans might not be the strongest species in the galaxy, but they had something even more powerful: mind, courage, and determination. As they stepped through the exit, the morning sun bathing them in light, Alex felt proud. Humans might be small in the vast universe, but they could stand tall when faced with impossible odds. And the aliens had learned an important lesson. Never underestimate a human. The exit doors glowed in front of Alex and the 3 alien students. They were only steps away from freedom. Yet the AI wasn't finished. A final sequence of obstacles had activated, filling the hallway with shifting energy walls, moving panels, and floating drones. It was the last test, designed to stop anyone daring to leave the classroom. Alex took a deep breath. All right, team. This is it. The AI wants to see if we can finish what we started. Humans don't quit, and tonight we prove why. Sira, her green-tinted scales shimmering, adjusted her energy shield. Your species, courage is unparalleled. We will follow your guidance. Nyla's glowing eyes focused. We trust your strategies. Let us move as one. Kira stretched her liquid hair to examine narrow gaps. I will support as needed. Timing and coordination are essential. Alex smiled. Perfect. Let's move. Watch me. Follow instructions, and be ready to adapt. The first challenge was a corridor of moving platforms. Energy pulses ran along the floor, shifting rhythmically but unpredictably. Alex studied the pattern carefully. Humans were trained by life itself to notice small details others often missed, and that gave him an edge. Step carefully, one at a time, Alex said. Sira, shield the center. Nyla, sense for energy surges. Kira, slip through narrow spaces when needed. He jumped onto the first platform, landing with a soft thud. Sparks hissed nearby, but Alex rolled forward, moving with precision. Sira followed, her shields pulsing in time with the energy, while Nyla's energy sense adjusted the flow to make the platforms more stable. Kira flowed like liquid, creating gaps where needed. Halfway through, a sudden pulse shot up from the floor. Alex barely rolled to avoid it. Humans survive by staying alert and calm, he said, grinning. Trust me and each other. The team moved as one, perfectly coordinated. Even the AI seemed surprised. It had adapted to their previous strategies, yet it couldn't predict the unpredictability of human creativity combined with alien abilities. Next, a rotating wall of energy appeared. Each rotation threatened to crush anyone who miscalculated. Alex analyzed the timing. 3 rotations, then move forward. I'll call it. Ready? Ready, the aliens chorused. Alex counted down. 3, 2, 1. Move. They darted through the rotating wall, moving exactly with the timing Alex predicted. Sparks flew, and panels shifted violently. But no one was harmed. Alex felt a surge of pride. Humans were not physically dominant, but they had strategy, courage, and observation, all traits that could overcome superior technology. Impressive, Sira said. Your species uses intelligence as a weapon. Alex laughed. Brains beat brute force any day. As they approached the final door, floating drones appeared, blocking the hallway. The AI projected holographic walls around them. Alex's mind raced. He realized they needed a combination of human ingenuity and alien abilities to finish this challenge. Here's the plan, he said quickly. Sira, create a diversion with your energy shield, making the AI think we're moving left. Nyla, amplify the pulse and redirect it to the drones. Kira, slip through the gaps behind the drones and disable their control nodes. I'll move straight to the console and unlock the door. Timing is everything. The aliens nodded. Understood, they said together. Alex gave the signal. Sira expanded her shield, creating a dazzling distraction that pulsed brightly. The AI adjusted its defenses to respond. But Nyla sent energy currents that interfered with the drone's sensors. Kira flowed through narrow gaps, silently disabling drone controls. Alex ran straight toward the final console, dodging energy pulses and moving platforms with unmatched precision. The console was a tangle of alien symbols and lights, far more complex than anything Alex had faced before. But humans were known for ingenuity. He noticed patterns in the symbols, small inconsistencies the AI hadn't corrected. This is it, he muttered. One last calculation. With steady hands, Alex began inputting sequences, combining logic and intuition. The AI attempted to block him with sudden energy pulses, but Alex anticipated them. Sparks flew and panels shifted violently, but Alex kept going. Finally, a soft click echoed, and the door shimmered, unlocking fully. "Doors open!" Alex shouted. The aliens cheered. "You have done it," Sira said, eyes wide with admiration. "Your species, capable beyond expectation." Alex grinned, breathing heavily but smiling. "Told you, humans never quit." They stepped through the exit into the morning sunlight. The halls of the Interstellar University were empty, peaceful, and quiet, almost as if the building itself recognized their victory. Sira, Nyla, and Kira looked at Alex with newfound respect. "Your species, courage, ingenuity, and persistence, it is extraordinary," Nyla said softly. Kira nodded. "And humans lead not through fear or force, but through guidance and determination. I will remember this lesson." Alex felt proud. Humans might not have been the strongest species in the galaxy, but they had something no AI or alien could ever fully predict: mind, creativity, and refusal to give up. The aliens exchanged glances. "We underestimated humans," Sira said. "But tonight, we have seen what your species is capable of." Alex shrugged modestly. "It's not about being the strongest. It's about thinking, adapting, and never quitting. Humans survive that way." Nyla's glowing eyes softened. "You have proven a simple truth. Intelligence and courage are more valuable than raw power." Kira smiled. "And teamwork multiplies strength. Humans and aliens together. Unstoppable." Alex laughed. "Exactly. That's the lesson of tonight. Humans never quit. And when we work with others, we achieve the impossible." The aliens looked around the quiet campus. For a moment, the tension melted away, replaced by respect, trust, and camaraderie. The night of challenges, dangers, and unexpected threats had bonded them together. They had learned from each other, survived impossible obstacles, and discovered that cooperation was as powerful as individual skill. Alex looked up at the sky through the glass walls. The stars were fading as the sun rose higher, but he felt a thrill. Humans might be small in the universe, but their courage and ingenuity made them formidable. "We did it," he said quietly, mostly to himself. "Humans survive, and humans thrive." Sira smiled. "We have learned much. Your species' determination and creativity, unforgettable." Nyla's glow pulsed warmly. "You have earned our respect. Humans are not to be underestimated." Kira added, "And humans are inspiring." Alex felt proud but humble. It had not been about him alone. It had been about teamwork, persistence, and the human spirit. Even aliens with incredible abilities had learned that humans could face danger, think fast, and never give up. As they walked out of the classroom, the AI's voice echoed one last time, neutral and calm. "Human persistence. Acknowledged. All entities cleared. Security protocols. Reset." Alex smiled. "That's right. Humans never quit. And sometimes, we teach others a lesson too." The aliens laughed softly, their respect clear. The night had started as a simple lock-in, but it had ended as a proving ground. Humans might not have been the biggest, strongest, or most advanced species, but they had something that made them remarkable. The courage to keep going when everything seems impossible. The creativity to solve problems no one else could. And the spirit to survive and thrive. Alex turned to the aliens. Sira tilted her head. "We, humans, eat at this time? Fascinating." Nyla smiled. "We will follow. There is more to learn from your species." Kira flowed slightly, shimmering. "And we will continue to work together. Humans and aliens. Stronger together. Alex laughed. Exactly. Teamwork wins. Humans never quit. And when humans and aliens team up, watch out, Galaxy. As they walked toward the campus cafeteria, sunlight glinting off the glass walls, Alex knew something important. The galaxy might underestimate humans, but those who had seen a human in action, creative, brave, and persistent, would never forget it. Humans were small, yes, but unstoppable in spirit. And that night, 3 alien students had learned exactly why.